All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Welcome to the Inner Circle live pre-New York session. I'm your host for today's session, Benny Allen, along with my awesome partner, Mr. Ryan Carthage. Definitely happy and grateful for all of you being here with us this morning as we take a look at the technicals and the fundamentals of the Forex market to see what we can take advantage of and prepare ourselves for as we close out the year, December 2022, and look forward to a great happy new year for 2023. So without further ado, let's make sure that we turn off any and all distractions, grab a pen and paper, take lots of notes, and let's make sure that we do a great job of participating and engaging, as this is the place, right? This is why you invest your money. This is where you get your questions answered, right? So if you're doing the training, if you're one of our newbies and you have questions, this is how you utilize these sessions. This is ultimately how you go from a course, right, to ultimately learning how to shorten your learning curve and compress time frames so you can become a consistently profitable trader, right? It is the most valuable piece of what we do. So let's show up and show out. And if you all can hear me loud and clear and you're ready to go this morning, let's make sure that you drop me a 1 in the chat. Let me know that you're here with me, that you can hear me, and we can get this session started. Thank you very much. And I appreciate all of you being here with us this morning during our holiday season. Ryan, good morning, sir. How are you?
Bro, good morning. Doing well, man. Glad to be here. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, man. Ready. Hey, end of the year, new beginnings, right? Get back to the fundamentals and the basics, right? That's always an important thing to do as we close out the year and we look forward to 2023, man. So glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we can see, look, on the on the data front, very, very, very light, right? We know the liquidity is a little slow during this time in the year, but that's all right, right? Good time to prepare for the new year. So nothing really going on Wednesday, December 28th. You can see here, no red folders, nothing really super duper important. But if we go over to trading economics, we can see here that in Europe, natural gas prices in Europe at a pre-war levels, right? So we knew that was going to be a challenge for them this weekend, but right, things are at pre-war levels now. So it's we'll see how it continues to go for the Eurozone. That was a main concern going into the winter, especially dealing with the war with Russia. Here, German 10-year bond yield surges over 11-year high, right? We know this year we did some studies on bonds and things like that. We know that Germany is the biggest player in the Eurozone, right? So the euro, right, we'll look at the charts showing some strength, right? So the 10-year bond yield extended gains toward 2.5% at the end of 2022, hitting its highest level since July 2011, right? So very important. Swiss investors less pessimistic in December. Okay, so that's good for the markets over there. And we see oil prices retreat from the 3-week highs, right? So we got a correction going on. So we'll take a look at some things today. Ryan, anything that you've heard on the fundamental front? Super light. So
Yeah, super light. No, nothing nothing to note.
all right, cool. So let me make sure everybody okay. So chat, we're good. And let's go over to taking a look at the US dollar, right? So this is the time of year, guys. If you haven't right really started to reset your charts, this is the time that you want to do it, right? Get fresh markups. That's what I'm in the process of doing. Go back, look at your year technically, fundamentally, right, over everything that you've learned and how you can, continue to get better during the new year, because the game doesn't stop. We always have to continue to progress, right, as traders. All right, and that's the key, right, to becoming a true pro is, hey, sometimes we win and sometimes we learn. Right? What lessons have we learned this year? Not only about the market technically and fundamentally, but most importantly, what have we learned about ourselves? Right? As we always say, Ryan has said it many times during his Mindset Mondays. Hey, trading will expose who you are. Right? Who you are will show up on these charts. Okay, so work ethic is king in this game. All right, so let's take a look at the dollar. This is the weekly. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we started to see, right, the dollar correcting. And we said, hey, we've got eventually, maybe we have that potential. Once we reach support, maybe we get a head and shoulders. Okay. that you see there. And we can see, right, that we've got that left shoulder, we've got that head, we're coming right back down to the support, and we're starting to stall just a little bit. And we'll see if we hold that support here on the US dollar, okay, then maybe, right, we get price to push back up. We will see. We will see. We still have a lot of global demand fears in regards to recession in 2023. Kind of hard to gauge. Some people say, hey, it's going to hit in 2023. Some people say, nope, we don't see it. Some people say it'll hit, but it'll be short term. Some people say it'll be longer lasting, right? Hard to call at this point, but we know, right, that the US Fed has said, hey, despite some of the numbers, they look for further tightening in regards to the monetary policy. So we'll see what that means going ahead into January of next year. But that's what we're looking at. So we're hovering around support. We're kind of ranging. So we're kind of neutral, right? If we move down through these charts, just neutral to bearish, right? Not doing much at all. Okay, which is expected, right? Especially during this time. Okay, low liquidity. The dollar's kind of just really doing nothing. Just bouncing around at the levels. If we come out from a fib perspective, all right, and we take a look at it, and we look at those ABCD waves, okay, all right, bang, okay, we can see that we're right around that 61.8 area up against monthly and daily support. And we know that when we reach those key levels, oftentimes we see periods of consolidation. Right? When you hit these key levels, the bulls and the bears have to fight it out for supremacy. Who's going to win? So we tend to range a little bit, right? So that's a little nugget there, right? Especially for our newer traders. When you get to these key levels, a lot of times people think, oh, it's going to come down to that key level, and it's just going to bounce and it's going to take off. That's not the case a lot of times, right? And so that's why we always say patience pays when you get down to these levels. Now, we don't trade the US dollar index, right? We just gauge it to look at the health of the dollar, right? And try to gain a directional bias. But right now we're just neutral. We're just moving sideways. We're at a 61.8 level. Any questions on the US dollar?
No, sir.
No, we're good. All right, so we saw the euro, right? And we look at that, and we look at the eurozone. Okay, it's headed for a 7% yearly loss overall, but lately it's been running, right? So the euro changed hands at 106 against the dollar in the final week of 2022, heading for a 7% loss, right, against the USD year to date. So we can see that, but we can see that the bond yields, right, the German bond yields, again, Germany, largest player in the Eurozone, is at 11-year high. So that lends to, right, some bullishness right now. So overall, down on the year for the Euro USD, but you can see how fundamentals come into play. So look, okay, on the year, we have been down, right? We have been down, okay, for the year. But look at the recent push up off support, right? Went all the way down to 95.36, and we've been bullish, and we've been talking about this 107 level, right? Running into, right, key level where you may have some supply here at this 107.89. Okay, but we can see, right, German bond yields, right, moving up. Look at the price. Okay, look at the euro versus the dollar making that climb, right? So there's one thing to see things technically on the chart. It's another thing fundamentally to understand what's driving the market, right? That helps give you a little bit of an extra edge, helps you gain confidence in your directional bias on some of these setups, right? So we're technically in that down retracement zone, right? Down 7% on the year, but price is retracing. Why? Because the market moves in waves, right? Okay. It moves in waves, ABCD waves. So we're in a down retracement zone, okay? And this is your C to D push zone, okay? So it's one thing, right? It's one thing, and a lot of times that's the challenge with traders, right? It's one thing to take a one-off course, right? It's another thing to constantly, right, have mentors to help you on a regular basis, see your way through that course and understand it in real time. Of course, right? We have a course in the back office, right? Which I hope everybody utilizes, okay, especially our newer traders. But that course is static, right? That training was done at a specific point in time. It's another thing to look at a one-off course versus getting in the trade room and getting on the grind, right? Every single day, right? In this case, we do it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and mindset Mondays, right? Which is very, very important. And I know a lot of us who have gotten into this trade space, we realize now that the majority of this thing is mindset, right? So that mindset Monday is very, very important, okay, to get you ready for the week. That's why we do it on Mondays. But so we're in a down retracement zone, and you can see price has been moving down, and we're retracing down and retracing, moving up. So yes, on your lower time frames, this has been bullish because we're in a down retracement zone. Can't say it enough, right? It's all about spatial intelligence and realizing where you're at in the ABCD, right, phase, okay? Down retracement zone, okay? So we're coming into those key levels. So if you come here and you come to your daily, you can see how price has been moving down and now is retraced up, right? So that's a bullish move, okay? Right? Off the lows, right? Over 1,200 pips to the upside. Everybody follow me on that? Drop me a one in the chat. We're gonna get back to the basics this morning and really understanding this thing, because the Fibonacci sequence is the sequence, right? I don't care how many bells and whistles people put around it, what they dress it up, what terms they use, right? The sequence is the sequence, right? If there's one thing that's time tested across all asset classes, it is the Fibonacci sequence, right? That's why you see, right? If you're on YouTube or you bought courses before, you see traders as they evolve, they move from having their charts lit up like a Christmas tree to eventually they all gravitate all the power of the Fibonacci sequence. You see it, right? You see the evolution of traders as they evolve. So then it comes down to price action, support and resistance, and this Fibonacci sequence. That's it. That's it, right? Everything else is additional confirmations, right? But at the end of the day, I hope you all can see now that's been with us for a while that this market moves in waves, period, right? And at given points in time is either moving up in ABCD waves, down in ABCD waves, or is moving sideways in a range, right? But even in wider ranges, from bottom to top, top to bottom of the range, is moving in ABCD waves, period. Period. That's indisputable. Okay. So this is where we're moving up. Here's your daily chart, right? So we come off the highs. Now this is just price action. Okay. First got to be able to do this, understanding your levels. All right. And where U-turns may occur and where price may react. But now, right, we drop our fib on and we can see how that's moving up high in the zone. It's moving up to our 786 level. So if this 100% move from A to B is taken back 78%, 78.6%. Okay, so it's climbing. This 106 level is right at 80 at your 86. See, 78.6%. If it continues to progress to the upside, is now going to take back, right, 86%, right, of this 0 to 100% move. Everybody, you're welcome, Michelle. Now, so here we are. This is where we are. So this has been moving. This has been a bullish move, a down retracement zone. It has moved bullish. That's tradable, right? If you're a trend trader and you said, hey, overall, I want to short the Euro USD, then you're waiting for high prices in your sell zone to potentially wait for the market to react bearish, right? But for those of us who just understand the Fibonacci sequence and just price action is what it is, right? You can trade this to the upside. So as we move down through the lower time frames, right, there's no doubt about it, right, that this has been moving bullish on your lower time frame. We see that, right? So we zoom out, we can see that this has been moving bullish. Why do we know that? Because we're in a down retracement zone. That's tradable. So look, sell zone, right? Buy zone. See how we broke this inner trend line? There. Okay. You want to understand the nuts and bolts that we do, of what we do? Watch this video over and over again. Okay. Sell zone, buy zone. Everybody see that trend line break? Drop me a 3 in the chat. That's as clean as it gets. Right? Right? We're going to get this in 2023. Anything that you see out here in the market is some form of variation of this right here, period. Period. Order blocks, supply demand zones. It's all some variation of exactly how we show you how to set your charts up from the top down. Point blank, period. Period. So here's your reversal. We talk about it all the time. Inner to outer trend line breaks. That's the move if you wanted to buy that. If you're looking to swing with the trend, then you're waiting on that high price at those key levels of support and resistance, and then you're going to look to try to get short if that's your play on a Euro USD. If you're wrong, the market's going to tell you you're wrong. If you're playing this from the higher time frame and you eventually want to get short, and you're saying, hey, this is my daily high, I use my daily time frame, right, for key entry levels for large swing positions, and my stops above this A. If you get short at these levels and you're wrong, the market's going to tell you you're wrong. That's why you have a stop loss. That's it, right? The market either moves up, down, or sideways. This market is moving down. Now it's moving up on the Euro USD. That's where we are. But as the report said, the euro, has lost 7% on the year, right? Against this dollar. 7% is down. We can see that with our own eyes, right? Down. And now we're correcting. But along this path, right, it moved down, then it moved up. It moved down, then it moved up. But the ultimate path, right, is making lower lows and lower highs. Now we've got a major correction to the upside. Okay, that's it. So that's the Euro USD. No matter what time frame you look at it from, okay, down retracement zone. Okay. 1 hour smaller waves, you can see, right, where the reversal occurred, and we've been moving up. Okay, now we're kind of we're hitting those key levels. And we're just stuck in between that zone, moving sideways, right? Okay. So we'll see what happens with this Euro USD as we move throughout the year. Any questions on that? No? All right. So for this, you come to the low, right? Where's my low, right? Where did everything get started? Right here. This was the lowest point. You can see that coming off the higher time frames. You can see exactly where your trend line would have came right through the low. That's where you start your fibs. Okay, we use Smart Trader because it makes it quick and easy. That doesn't mean that you still don't have to learn and understand the sequence. This just technology, right? We use the technology. Okay, the fibs. Okay, all right. That's where we are. That's your most active fib. We're moving sideways. We know at a glance. That's why we mark our support and resistance from the top down, because I can come down on this 1 hour time frame, come down on the 15-minute, and I know where I am in regards to support and resistance from the higher time frame. This is where we are. Okay. Same thing, right? Same thing that was taught to Ryan and Kaci. Same thing that was taught, that I taught Jay Wayne, who sat in my classroom, who has over 100,000 YouTube subscribers, the same thing I taught Curtis Cobain Branch, who was the crypto king in IM Academy. I taught all of them the same thing. It's the same thing. Right? So that's the euro USD. Yes, Jay take profits. Right? So now euro Aussie, right? We'll take a look at all your euros. Okay. Okay. Weekly level, right? Still showing a buy from the weekly. Okay. Still showing a buy from weekly. Why? It's been climbing, right? Making higher highs and higher lows, right? We got this where we broke above this level. We retested this 152.59 level. Okay. And you can see how it broke out from that level a little bit. Now it's retesting, right? It's moving bearish. Okay. It's moving bearish. So we're bullish, but for this week, right? We've been moving bearish on this weekly candle. So this is a long-term, right, perspective. Now, okay, we're coming back, we're retesting, we're correcting a bit. So as you move down through the lower time frames, right, you'll start to see, right, how things start to shift in the gauge, right, in regards to that correction in your technicals, right? So you can see, look at that high, how it's coming back down. See this area? Right? Right? See this area that it ran and broke out of, and now it's coming back down, right, into that zone. And you can start to see as we move down to the time frames, well, yeah, that's selling, right? And we can see that with our own eyes on the gauge, right? It's selling, right? To the downside, okay? It's correcting. If we come in, look, it's selling, all right? That's the key, right? So now we're pushing down, right, off the highs. That's a move to the downside. That's why we mark support and resistance from the top down. We're getting a reaction, right, at this level. So we're moving down. So here off this Euro Aussie is a big mover, right? There's 300 pips to the downside that is moved. Okay. Right? Look at what's happening. Okay. Now we got a 382 on this one, but look how, this is why we always say that zone is very, very strong, right? That 118, that 127 zone. We got a 382. It met it, but look what it did. It rejected. Now we're moving down to the downside on that. We've come through, right, this support level here, right? So if you look at your 4, okay, and you come through your levels like that, boom. See, I just broke through that level. We can link that level down to the lower time frame. But now we're moving down, right? But look at the price action, okay? Even if we take that off, okay? We know that it's been moving bullish, right? It's been moving bullish. We recognize our patterns, everybody. Things that are just fundamental to every asset class. That's a double bottom off a monthly resistance. We pushed up, right? Now we've come back into a zone and we're back below 152.21. So we say, hey, we may see more downside pressure on this, okay? Versus the Aussie, right? Got things going on in China in regards to COVID, right? Relief, loosening some of those restraints, okay? You see price pushing down. You see the Aussie, right, making a little bit of a run, okay? And here we are about to come into those levels, okay? So we may see further downside pressure. Maybe we get back down to this 154.43. We'll have to see. But you see how the market moves in waves, all those things, right? If you spend time, right, in the back office, you spend time in the training, you show up for yourself, that's a crown. Right on the nose. That's your crown reversal pattern right there. Boom. Falls right in line with what we drew up with the fib. So we've been moving bearish off resistance, right? But if you don't know anything else, top down support and resistance, look where price may react. Okay. We see it here. Okay. Price is trying to form a high from a weekly level. We got to break out from this zone. We came in at 1600. It's rejecting, it's moving down. Okay. It's moving down. As it moves down, it's going to move down in waves. Use your higher time frames to try to develop your directional bias. Okay. And then you make the move. If you can't determine, right, a directional bias and the market's just moving sideways, maybe you pass on that pair. Right? Okay. This is your 1 hour. It's the same price action. Right? That's the same crown. Why is it a crown instead of a head and shoulders? Because it took out the low, right? It took out the neckline and then recovered. That's a crown. They can call it what they want to, order blocks, ICT, whatever, right? Whatever you have to call it so that you recognize it, so that you understand the concept, it's all good. Our goal here is that you recognize it, period. Right? I give credit to anybody that's out here in the market trying to teach everyday people how to do this thing, right? So whatever term they come up for, whatever they call it, don't care. Understand that the market moves in waves. Everybody understand that? Drop me a 5 in the chat. I need to know you guys are with me this morning. Okay, so that's where we are on that. Moving bearish. Any questions on this pair overall?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Take a look at the Euro CAD. All right. Look at what's going on. Okay. This is it, everybody. Looking for U-turns in the market. Even if you're trading with the trend and you're trying to trade bullish, you're looking for a low price to find what? A U-turn in the market. If you're looking for shorts, you're looking for a high price to find the U-turns in the market. This Euro CAD has been moving bullish. We're coming into major resistance at 146.36. Right into the zone. You can see right across it. You can see the levels. Okay. You can see right here, right? You had a zone. Okay. We got a reaction. Once again, price is revisiting this level and is reacting. Okay. Now, we do move down to the charts. Okay. Like that. We're in the buy zone. Okay. Now, as far as raw price action, okay, you're coming into a level here that's 143.32. If it holds, right, maybe we start to move right back to the top, right, of this to this 145.93. Okay. This is from a daily perspective, right? Daily chart. Okay. This is where we are. If you're trading with the trend, you're looking at levels to where price may reverse, give you a low price, and then look to continue long if you're bullish on this. Okay. You're either a bull or you're a bear, right? Or you're nothing at all. You're neutral. You're sitting on the sidelines. Okay. If the market's giving you nothing. So this is a key level where price reacted before. So what it's going to do is this is either going to hold at this level, form a swing low. We're on a daily chart now. It's going to form a low and it's going to do what? It's going to continue to move up. You as a trader have to make the decision. Hey, if I'm bullish, is this the level where I want to take that trade, right? Fibs can help you with that. Support resistance can help you with that. All right. Your knowledge is what's going to give you the edge. Nothing else. Okay. No fancy indicator, nothing. You, okay, the person you see in the mirror every single day. Okay. Now, it's either going to hold at this level and start to move long. So you may say, hey, if I form a low here, I'm willing to take that trade. Or you may say, you know what? Okay. I want to see it break above this zone. If I get a break and a retest above this zone, then that's when I'll look to get long. That'll be my long play. Okay. The key is having your charts ready and being in position. There. Okay. Now, Okay. Right? Break above, retest, okay, and a continuation. If you're a bear, then you're looking for breaks below, right? You're looking for a larger correction, then you're looking for breaks to move below, okay, that 143.32 level, like that, and down. That's it. Daily stochastic in the buy zone, okay? Stochastic in the buy zone. We know, right? Canada, right, largely driven by oil prices. Oil retreats from a three weeks high, okay? So we'll see how that impacts this pair. Okay? So if the support level holds, maybe you got a buy opportunity there, right? Here we are on a lower time frame. What do you know? Right? Look at what we got. Okay? Price has been moving bullish, moving in waves. Right? So we can see on a 4-hour fib, there's an opportunity. If this level doesn't hold, we move back down to this 382. That's the 80-20. I don't care what other people call it, or if they call it, don't call it anything at all, or they find a spot on the chart. That's an 80-20. Already off the swing, right? Coming out of this level, you're already down. It's a Euro CAD, is a major mover. That's already down 186 pips. Okay, pushed up a little bit, didn't hit the D extension, and it reversed. So if this moves down, right, to the 382, 179 pips for a larger correction. So if this level doesn't hold, right, then it lends to that bearish, right, idea from the higher time frame that we look for a 382 target or deeper. Okay. If you're trading off the 4, okay, if you're trading off the 4 and this level doesn't hold, right, 382, 61.8, okay, and this level, if I'm trading off of a 4-hour chart and I'm a buyer, if it doesn't hold, okay, if this is not my play here, if this is not my play to take that move, and I want to buy this, right, based on the principles that we teach, where's the next spot that we would really like to buy this and get long on a Euro CAD, if that's going to continue to be our bias as long? Somebody tell me, what level?
You said 143328.
143328.
I'm sorry, that Carolyn said that. Reese said 14387.
14. What did Carolyn say?
143328. That's that daily support, daily level you have there.
Okay, that's a level, right, for a play. If we break that daily level and we head down, what did Reese say?
14387.
Okay, right, in that zone. Okay, so if we break this zone and we continue down and our directional bias continues to be bullish, and we say that, hey, this is just an up retracement zone, the next area we want to buy, right? Okay, I like those areas, right? If those levels hold and we get impulsive and the bulls maintain control, okay, yeah, I can dig it. All right, been with us in the group, seeing different opportunities, right? If that holds steadfast, yep, okay. All right, so now I can dig that, okay, if that's your play. But your ultimate low price, your discount, here's our 0 to 100% move. If these levels break, we want to see this price come here, right? So if you take your shot off of this level and it fails and you lose out, my next level, based on what we teach, right, Fibonacci fundamentals and getting a discounted price, is here in your zone, okay, in your green zone. your buy zone. So if I'm saying, hey, this is an up retracement zone, I'm trading off of my 4-hour chart. Once price comes down into this zone, right, I'm going to look, right, to see, do I have structure? Does it look like that? Is it like in the form of low there? Am I getting a reaction? Then I'm going to look to get long. Okay. All right. So, yep, buy low. Right. You guys got it, right? Because that's not necessarily a bad play, right? If, as Ryan always says, you have that in your trade plan. Okay. If you have that in your trade plan, because that's a break and a retest of key support. Your B boundary is a key level of support, right? So if you're playing breaks and retest of zones, if you get bullish from there, right? All we say is have it in your trade plan, right? Not some cookie cutter trade plan, a trade plan that you develop and you design, right? To fit your lifestyle and your needs. Okay? Not some fill in the blank, something that you spend some time, right? In regards to your trade psychology, the times that you like to trade, the sweet spots and the setups that you like to trade and position your risk amounts at those levels, the whole nine, right? It takes time. It is not a static document. It will continue to evolve as you become a better and better trader and you decide what you like. Okay. So that's the next area that we'll be looking, right, to trade. Right? Our sweet spot zones. We want a low price, right? Like you said, a discount, right? That's what these levels represent. Discount levels, 50%, 61.8%, 78%, 86%. Okay. You want a discount to move, and you have to have rules. If you don't, right? Looking to sell the 4-hour close below 143.32. Yep, I like that. I like that, Reese, for sure. Right? If it doesn't hold that level, right? We've got some good downside pressure. It's a matter if it holds or it breaks. Okay, I'm with you on that one. All right, take you back down to that level. The market moves up, down, and sideways, regardless of all of this. Okay. Okay. Regardless of all of this, it takes a lot, right? When you're talking about pips, 1/100th of a penny, it takes a lot of capital to move these markets. Okay, it takes a lot to move these markets, right? So if it breaks through those levels, right, you may see some more downside pressure, right, to that 382. All right. Okay. So that's where we are. That's where we are on a Euro CAD. Okay. That's the top down. Look at it from the weekly. We've pushed up. Look at the break and the retest. See how we broke the key level, consolidated, and then broke out. All right. There are some traders, professional traders, all they trade are weekly breakouts, and they wait on it. Right? They wait on it. They wait for levels to break out, and then they take the ride. Okay? Breakouts. Right? Breakouts. Okay? But when you break out in a direction, right, and the market makes a decision, you better believe it's going to break out and it's going to move in waves. All right? Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's going to be interesting to watch, right? For sure. For sure, Reese. Okay? So that's where we are on the Euro CAD. All right? Euro Swissy. Let's take a look at what's going on. All right? All right? We're having a bearish week, right? So far. We can see that we're trapped 99.57, 97.08, right? We're trapped in that zone. The market either moves up, down, or sideways. Okay? It's either going to stay in this range or move back down, right, to these levels. Pretty sure there's some levels in between as we move down through the charts, right? We break out and we close above and we hold. We're looking for further upside movement. But right now, look, we zoom in, look at the levels that's holding. Okay, this is pushing sideways. So we're like neutral to bearish. It's holding at that level at 99.15 and we're pushing down. Okay, we're pushing down. Look as we move through the charts. Right? In that range. Okay, on a 4-hour level. So what do we have to say here? Okay, if we're moving down, okay, here's a 4-hour level. So then you start to build the scenarios in your head, right? It's like, okay, near term, we see this has been moving up, but on the near term, we've been moving sideways and we're a bit range bound. We've been moving down off that level. So either this 98.61 level is going to hold, this zone is going to hold, and we're going to start to make our way back up. And then you have to decide, if I get a swing low here and then holds, do I want to trade that back up, right, to try to get back to the top, right, of this level here, which would probably be a high eventually, okay? Or, right, if we break down and we close below it, do we look for breaks and retests? Do we see more downside pressure? Okay. If you're not already, right, in this trade at this point, there's nothing for you to do. Wait for it to come into the key level. And see what happens. Okay. That's just ranging. Right. But there's plays to be had. Right. As we come down to our lower time frames, your 15, right? You can see as we move down to the chart, you start to see the waves. You come down to let me move this up to the 15, right? You see how it moved, right? Okay. You come in, right? You run your highs. Wrong one, my bad. Like so, look. Okay. We're not going to take a trade there. We have to be patient. See the reaction that it got at this level the last time. Past resistance becoming future support. We failed to break out above 99.15. We're coming right back down to this level. Be patient, wait and see. Any questions on the Euro Swiss?
No, sir.
Okay. We've been through multiple pairs. Same approach. Same approach. Euro GBP. All right. We've been following this for weeks. Hey, I needed to break above a certain level. If it does it, right, we'll look to get long, right? Potentially. Right. It broke those levels and moved right back up to this 88.26 level. Okay. Zoom out. Let's look at it. Okay. We're struggling here. Right. We got the bullish reversal, but we're right back at this level. We're struggling. Okay. Look. We're holding. See? A break above, right? Shoot it up a while ago. It's not breaking above. Look. All right. For this play off of this support, right, look. In that range, sell zone. Buy zone. Right back to the top of the range. Didn't break out. We're getting some downside pressure out of the zone. Okay. If we didn't have a fib on that, okay, we see that. It broke it down. So you can adjust this trend line, right? Anytime you get consolidation, right, you can adjust that trend line to get a cleaner breakout point. If you see it moving sideways, you draw your original trend line. Okay, here's your nugget. Okay. right? Move it to the outside of your consolidation if you have to. If you see this price is moving sideways, it initially breaks your trend line and is moving sideways, move it to the outside of consolidation so you can play the clean breakout, right? Or if you got your stop below the low anyway, it didn't really matter. It eventually broke out. It was either going to break out or stop you out, right? Okay. So here's the subtle difference. Okay. All right. That's your smart trend line, right? That's sitting there static. There is your lowest because it has to drive through the lowest point, which was right here. Okay. And then broke out. Now we're back to the top of this range and it's holding. Okay. Yeah, these are nice intraday plays here. It's holding. If you go down to your 15, look, you could play off those levels. Up, down, and sideways. Up, down, and sideways. That's it. Right? I don't care what color your candlesticks are, what color your charts are, right? Whether you're using Hikinashi candles, bars, whatever, the market moves up, down, and sideways. Right? There's our latest swing, overextended. Right? So the key is, do we get this pullback? Right? Do we get price to pull back? Right? Here, right? Back up to retest the trend line. Right? Do we get a correction? Make the decision if we want to continue short. Any questions on our Euro GBP right now? Right? There's your plays. We move bullish off the trend line. We're back. Hey, what kind of reaction do we get here? We didn't get the break above, right? Maybe it will eventually, right? But right now, right, we're in a correctionary phase, okay? Euro's moving bullish. We're correcting, okay? If, same question like we asked earlier, if you're saying, you know what, I really like that Euro bullish against the pound, right? For whatever reason, fundamentally, whatever, what have you, then hey, if you're not day trading that short off that level, then if you're saying I want to get long, then you would love to see this price come down here, right? If that's your trade and your trade plan, if I want to get long with the trend, if I think the trend is going to continue to get long, I want a low price into my zone. Then I'm going to look, right, for my confirmations. And when it gets in this zone, I want to look to get long. Okay. Right? Or it becomes the same thing, right? Maybe we get a short term, right, break here. Maybe we get a break in the retest and it wants to continue. Depending on how strong those bulls are, right? We got the extension right above that level. Market moves in waves. Okay. You play that off the trend line break. Somebody tell me if you get long off the trend line break in this scenario, was that a winning trade or a losing trade? Never mind. Euro.
Winning trade.
Thank you. Euro JPY. Right? Kind of doing the dance, right? We know Japan came through with some changes in their monetary policy, right? Shocked the market a little bit. We saw yen crosses, right, just drop off, right? The yen showed some strength. Because of that, as a result, that's the way the market reacted. We pushed down, right? You see that a week ago, and now we've been recovering ever since, okay? Here's the daily, right? Here's your push down. That was the reaction by the market. We know all the time when you get those huge moves, especially fundamentally, the market likes to take back a percentage of that, if not all of it, right? To find the equilibrium again. Okay, we're moving up. We're back above 140.91. Okay. All right. You can see the low, right? Swing lows and swing highs. Okay. We've gotten back above that level. Okay. Here we are on the 4. Right. We can see the swing. Okay. So off that low, right? 400 pips to the upside. Okay. 400 pips to the upside. Right. New AV boundary on a 4, or right at a 50% level. Okay. Right at a 50% level. Now, right, if you come to the 1, right, okay, it's an 80-20. That's an 80-20. Right? Shallow retracement, less than a 382. AB boundary forms, less than a 382. Okay. Less than a 382, you broke the B boundary. We come into the 118, 127 zone, got good confluence with a daily support level and price reactive. Okay. Price reactive. 384 pips. A move that, yep, beautiful move. A move that, a spot on the chart, okay, that's been 7 years working on to find a consistency in it. Not last night, not 2 days ago, not 6 months ago, 7 years. To 80-20. Right? Lower time frame, here's your break. Off the trend line break, stop below the low. Okay. That was a move. Euro JPY, hit TP1. Euro JPY, any questions? Below the low. Below the low. All right. Couple ways you could play that, right? If you're playing it super wide, you trade small, right? You put your stop below the 127, super wide, you put your stop at the D extension. As long as it doesn't take out the D, it's going to go your way, right? Okay. If you plan it, right, you want a tighter stop, you let the low form, you play it off the low. Okay. You catch it, right? Whatever time frame you trade on, drop down to the lower time frame, right? So whatever time frame you find that 80-20 on, drop down to the lower time frame. Find it on the 1, you find an 80-20 on 1, drop down to your 15-minute. If you like it lower than that, drop down to your 5. Draw your trend lines, wait for the break. You're looking for U-turn points in the market. Okay. There it is. There's your break. I am missing, hold on 1 second. Yeah, I got it. There we go. Euro NZD. Okay. Okay. weekly perspective. Look, we pushed up, we've been moving down. Here's your correction. Okay. Bullish last 2 weeks, move it down in the correction now. Okay. If this candle here, that's the second candle to the right. If that holds, you're gonna have weekly support here. Okay, hasn't closed out yet. We have to wait for the week to close. Okay. But if you move down to the charts, right, there's your reaction. If we close, this is a daily candle. If we close lower, right, we look for further downside pressure on this Euro NZD. Okay. Held that structure, we push down. Okay. $80.20. All right. There's your correction. Here's your 382 target.
Even with low liquidity.
Even with low liquidity. Still moving. Still moving. Okay. Here. Right. There's the move. Right. Sell zone. Buy zone. You played it off the trend line break. That's a winning trade. Yes, it is. Okay. Off the buy. You use your fibs. You get to this point. You spot the 80-20. You have an opportunity to play that short. If you think this is eventually going to move back long, let it move to your low prices. Okay. Let it move into the zone. Look to get long. Ryan, is my I don't know, I've posted it multiple times. Is my trade plan, is it in the resource section or no? I can't remember if we ever put it in the resource section.
I believe we did. I'll double check.
Yeah, I thought we did too.
Yeah, I'll double check right now.
I thought we did too. I know I posted it many a times over the last year, almost 2 years for people to have. I don't know why that's doing that anyway. But anyway, buy zone, sell zone, right? Yes, broke trend line, we're moving up, but here's a key spot in the charts where you can have a potential reversal. Okay, 80-20. Any questions on that?
No, sir.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it. Okay. Those are the euros. What questions do we have? None? Any questions about anything we covered today?
None in the chat.
Appreciate it, Michael.
Appreciate it. Benny, I don't see it in the
don't see it in there?
In the resources,
okay.
So I have to repost it.
Yeah, so we'll repost it. But I know we posted it in the Telegram multiple times. Multiple times. The exact trade plan, detail for detail, exactly what I do on a regular basis. But that's all I have. Ryan, anything you have before we wrap things up?
And listen, I really, for folks that are here with us live, folks that might be watching us on the replay, I really want you guys to understand the value that we have here. When you look at a lot of the people that are known in this space, they learned it from Benny. I learned it from Benny, right? The knowledge that Benny has, and he's been so gracious to give away, is unmatched. Unmatched. But I really hope that we understand who we have with us, right? Helping us to continue to evolve in this space. And I want us all to really reflect on what we desire to do in this space and what we're willing to do to attain that level. What is it that you desire to achieve in this space? And what are you willing to do to attain that? Nothing comes without work. Nothing comes without work, right? We can teach it, but you have to be willing to show up for yourself and put in the time, the effort, the energy to create the results. We can't do that for you. We can't do that for you. So I really want us over the next few days to really think about where we're going and what we're willing to do to get there. And be honest with ourselves, right? And really, if it's to be consistently profitable in the space, you got to be willing to consistently put in the work, the time, the effort, the energy to do the practice, to implement and take action, massive action, to achieve that. And the reason it has to be massive action is because we have these habits, these guardrails that have been cultivated in us that we have to break through. We have to break through them. We can't passively slide past them, but we have to break through the barriers that have been placed within us and that sometimes we've placed on ourselves, consciously or unconsciously. But we got to make the decision to take massive action to push past those barriers, to evolve to the person that we desire to be, and the person that we've honestly been created to be. We all have the ability to do that, but it's all about, are you willing to do what's necessary to achieve that? That's the question. That's the question. So that's what I'll leave you with. Are you willing? You see, people have come and gone in this space, even in the inner circle. People have come and gone, right? Our mission, Benny and I, has not changed. Help as many people as possible become consistently profitable traders. Period. That's our mission. And with that being our mission, yeah, we're going to challenge you to do your best and to show up for yourself every single day. We wouldn't be coaches if we didn't. So 2023, we're going to challenge you to do your best, to show up for yourself. So you really have to answer that question of, are you willing? Because we come to get it in 2023. Are you willing?
Have a great day, everybody.